We already know so much about Chapter 6, Season 1, and I've got all the info for you. We will talk more about this season, of course, but let's start with the Chapter 6 stuff. The one piece I did cover in the last video is the main piece, and that is a samurai and a Japanese mythology theme for next season. All the skins you're seeing in front of you are official Fortnite survey skins, and we will see some of these in the battle pass. It's just a question of which one. In a video later this week, we'll go over and look at some of the HD ones, some of the more likely ones just on design and style, but take your guesses down below what you think we'll see there. If they're not in the battle pass, we should see a lot of these in the item shop just based on the theme. Some of the biomes on the map we learned about include shrine, rivers, plains, farmland, forest, and then wetlands was another one. So that's all the stuff we covered in yesterday's, but there's so much new stuff in today's video. And one of the big pieces that was also shown last video, but also I've got more on it, is the lighting. This is what the Chapter 6 sky is going to look like. And I've got a video in the background going through the different times of day, just to give you an idea. The big point here that is different is the clouds seem way more vast. It's supposed to make it look like the clouds are like dropping down through the horizon and kind of surrounding us. So I'll keep the video playing, but I'll take a quick break and show you a comparison. So this is Chapter 5 lighting, that first photo, Chapter 5 sky. And obviously this is placed over Tilted Tower, so just to give you more of a gameplay look. And then the last two pictures I'm showing you, that's with Chapter 6 sky and lighting. I think it looks very good. It was nice to have this gameplay shot just to, I don't know, helps me understand and visualize what it's going to look like. Of course, on a brand new map. We don't know much, or we don't have photos of that new map just yet. This helps visually for me. I'm sure it does for you. So I'll let the lighting continue to play as we continue to talk about more of the teasers. And the next big one is teasers that have been left in game with our OG update. So in the Ghostly Director loading screen behind Chaos Director, there are 3 different images, and these are likely teasing Chapter 6's Japanese mythology theme. Keep in mind with the Japanese mythology theme, it also seems to have a little bit of that lighting and neon style we had with the Mega Reality season. And then specifically, there is this Ferris wheel in the background on one of the shots as well, and we really think this is teasing maybe an amusement park POI or something like that for next season, maybe a few seasons down the line, who knows. But Chapter 6, that is there on purpose, and there's kind of a cool connection here that the Raging Reaper points out, a circus reality / POI being teased. In the background, we see the Ferris wheel shot, and then during the Big Bang Live event, while we were floating through space, we saw a bunch of different realities. I think 5 realities to be exact, and one of those main realities teased had a Ferris wheel and then other party-like things inside. This reality will come to life. We will see it at some point in the future. The question is it going to be Chapter 6 Season 1? Possibly. So maybe our first official look at some actual props that will exist on our new map next season was worth pointing out. An upcoming neutral creature for Chapter 6 as well. The code name for it is Sprite, and it will be in the air, the water, and on the ground. It can walk on land, and it can jump from the air. It's a curious creature. These are all tags from the files, of course. It's passive. It can get scared, but it also can get angry. It will bounce on the water, and it purrs. On air, at least. I don't know why it would just purr only on air. Some extra info to do with this. It seems like you can carry it or go to the upcoming shrines where it gets excited, celebrates, and then says goodbye. And the code name is Sprite. And then there are these shrines. So the Sprite code name, this creature, is related to the shrines we're going to see next season. And the meaning of Sprite, or one of the meanings of it, Blortsen looked it up here, an elf, a fairy, or a spirit. So definitely going to be in that realm. I mean, take your guesses. I'm going more towards the spirit side of things, like some type of, I don't know, curious ghost or something like that. Some augments have got updated, and we assume this is going to be for Chapter 6. So new tags for granted augments. Agile Mending, Headshot Hunter, Healthy Pouncer, Reveling Revealer, Void Junk Rift, and Void Shield. And based on that Void thing, it seems like there is going to be a new mechanic called Void, which will be added in Chapter 6, Season 1. It's just attached to those augments, Void Junk Rift, probably some version of a Junk Rift Unvault, and then Void Shield, whatever that means. And maybe related to this Void, this dark theme, is Epic are working on a boss for Chapter 6. The code name for it is Puppeteer. It has a teleport, and it will be able to haunt players. Okay, so maybe a ghost, maybe this spooky wandering boss that can haunt us. There is some scary themes being tied into this season for sure. Fortnite is also working on new vehicle mods for Chapter 6. Rocket, this is not the same as Grenade Launcher Mortar, totally different thing. And then there's going to be a laser as well. So car mods should be returning for Chapter 6. I talked about the quad launcher in the last video, making a return but in a revamped way for Chapter 6. And we actually got some photos now of at least the graphical revamp, what it looked like before and what it's going to look like now. And it does seem they are going for a more realistic look. And I've said a couple times here, and just playing OG a little bit so far, Fortnite was built for fun, cartoony graphics, hit scan enabled, and I think that's the big piece. Honestly, even if things look more realistic, that's okay with me. Just I really hope we get hit scan back. I'm loving the feeling of OG right now. Will that actually happen? We do not have an answer on that. I'm leaning towards no. I think they're going to keep the non-hit scan because we've only had it for one chapter, and I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but I would be pleasantly surprised if we get hit scan back. And that's just no bullet drop, right? The type of weapons we're used to playing with right now in the OG mode. They introduced bullet drop and non-hit scan last chapter, Chapter 5. And just to make things feel more realistic, fresh, which I was okay with, but its time has passed. I'm ready for hit scan to return. And then one final piece on Chapter 6 is the code name for it. The map is Hermes, and it's also set to have a wetlands biome in it as well. So that's a bunch of our Chapter 6 news. I'll keep you up to date on all things Fortnite, and thanks to everyone using code TheCampingRusher. Okay, let's talk about OG. I got another big sesh lined up today. Really enjoying this, and I think a lot of other people are as well. Fortnite did peak at 4.6 million plus players on at one time yesterday. Just to compare numbers, OG Day 1 was 5.8 million and OG Day 2 was 6.2 million. And then Remix Day 1 was 4.3, Remix Day 2 was 4.6. So yes, they did not beat the OG numbers. I think that would have been a miracle if they pulled that off. However, it's not too far off. I think this was kind of the realm I was thinking, right? You're about what, 65, 70-ish% of OG numbers. And how many players can they keep throughout the month? I'm sure it's not going to drop too much. And then even more important for Fortnite, how many can they keep from this season as we launch into Chapter 6? We'll have to wait and see. You need to know about the changes with Playtime XP. Fortnite Reload has had a massive buff. This is the best place to get XP. You get 60,000 XP every 15 minutes, and this is up to 150 minutes per day. So 600,000 XP just from Reload. Lego Fortnite, 38,000 every 10 minutes, up to 150. Battle Royale Zero Build, 24,000 every 15, up to 240,000 total. And then Fortnite Festival, 4,000 XP every 10 minutes, and it's up to 200 minutes per day, 80,000 XP. So Lego and Reload are definitely the best. If you're not a Lego player, don't worry, Reload's right there. It's not even really comparable, right? Reload is getting over double the amount of XP per minute, and then including the cap, like you can cap out at 600,000 compared to Battle Royale, you can only cap out at 240,000 per day. So if you're going for levels only, and you want to play Reload or Battle Royale, Zero Build, etc., choose Reload. They are really boosting it this season. They want a lot more people to play Reload, I guess, is the idea here. Upcoming cosmetics announcement, new ways to play. These instruments are now equipable as pickaxes and back blings. What a great change. I am not a festival player. Because of that, I pay like no attention to the instruments and all those types of cosmetics, because if I can't use them in Battle Royale, why would I even, consider buying these things with my hard-earned V-Bucks? Well, it looks like that's going to change. I don't know when this drops. You'd think probably chapter 6, but yeah, you're now going to be able to use at least some of these instruments as cosmetics in Battle Royale. Pickaxe, backbling, etc. A really good change. Here is an early look at Eminem's minigun in-game. I'm not going to play the audio just in case of copyright here, but it just spits out the lyrics of Rap God as you're firing this thing. It's such a creative way to mesh Eminem and a new weapon together. So that's our first gameplay look. There will be a cooldown on this thing. It doesn't look like it in the video, but there will be. And that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. Take care. Talk soon. Touch that like button. Goodbye.